Welcome back to the Auto Insider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. This week we have the 2023 Lexus LC500H. Yes, this is the hybrid, so no V8 in here, but this hybrid motor adds a lot of fun and a lot of power. Aside from this CVT automatic transmission, this thing is hot. And when you can get close to 30 miles per gallon in a luxury roadster, who am I to complain? Let's go inside and let's see this orange interior and just how hot this LC500 hybrid really is. One of the most surprising things for me about this LC, and it started as soon as I got in and drove it for the first time, is what a pleasant daily commuter this car is. Just looking at the outside, looking at the lines, when you look at the designs of these seats, it would appear that this car would be really tight, firm, and more about control and handling than it is about comfort and convenience. But it's just the opposite. Well, not opposite, because it does handle well. We can't get away from that. It still has pretty good roll holding feel. When you put it over in Sport Plus, the dampeners do tighten up. You do get a little more feel back through the steering wheel to the driver. But it's surprisingly comfortable, quiet. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Until you need it, you don't know it's there. When you need it, there's a bit of an aggression here. So there are a lot of things about this vehicle to like. It being a daily driver, every day a commuter car, was not one of the things that I expected from this SC. So I'm hoping for 2024, Lexus has updated the controls for the infotainment system. I have never been a fan of this pad here, this touch pad. It was a great idea. I have to give it to Lexus kudos for trying something new, trying to meet people where they were. Everybody using mouse pads on their computer, what have you. So it was a good idea. It just never took hold. So hopefully this is going for 2024, because if there were any drawback to this LC, that would be the drawback. One of the things I do like about it, though, is Lexus did add this knob here for your volume control, as well as your seek and track buttons here, and another button here for tuning the stations. Also, of course, we can't forget we have all the controls here on the steering wheel for your radio. So it's really not much use for this. Also, there are two different ways to control the heating and AC. You can control them here through this pad, but by the time you get it done, will have already made it to your destination. So I like the fact that we have these buttons here on the dash that allow us to make changes and adjustments to the heating and AC on the fly. Also down here, which was surprising to me, is a CD player. But I guess when you find yourself in the six-figure coupe hunt for an automobile, maybe you are someone who grew up in the age of CDs and you still want to be able to play your CD in your vehicle. But for those of you who are fast forward, you're in the 21st century, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you are some millennial who is looking for a luxury sporty coupe, there's here what you need here as well. So now the week is coming to an end in this LC500, and I must admit, this is one of those cars that makes me want to go for a drive every day. I thought that would mean I spent a lot of money at the pump, but to my chagrin, we still have 80 miles left of range after an entire 7 days of driving. I didn't pamper it, I didn't try to do the speed limit, and we went everywhere that we could find to go while we had this car. Because again, I can't recall ever driving a vehicle more pleasant to drive than this LC500. It's a little bit difficult to get in and out, but once you're in this seat, you feel like the king of the road. And no one has to know that it's a V6 getting 30 miles per gallon. Some people will just see it as a luxury roadster with a really menacing presence. And of course, that made me think about my dad and his Lexus coupe from 2004 with 90,000 miles on it, I might add. He's taking great care of it, and he is a real fan of the Lexus brand. But I thought surely this LC500H would make him decide, you know what, this may be a little bit nicer than my 2004. While he was impressed, and he did give Lexus kudos for all the refinement and improvements they've made to the brand, he still is a fan of his V8, and it sounds good in that SC. I reminded him, you can get a V8 in the LC, but he is not a fan of all the technology and would much rather stick with what he knows. But for the rest of you, if you're looking for a sports coupe, this LC500H checked a lot of boxes for us.
That's all the time we have today on the Auto Insider. But for more what's new, what's hot, and what's not, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, then download the SoundCloud app and listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. The 2023 LC500 Hybrid. I know it's not a V8. And no, it won't compete with the likes of the 911 and the C8. However, if you're looking for a roadster with great road manners, good acceleration, quiet interior, and exceptional fuel economy, this LC500 should be on your empty nester wish list. Because with a six-figure price tag, it means you have arrived, and so has Lexus. Till next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.